Presidential Campaign Organization, a lawyer, Mr. Kenneth Okonkwo. Thank you so much indeed for joining us tonight.
Thank you very much, and thank you viewers at home for joining us.
Yeah, so Peter Obi was presented yet another opportunity to speak to the issues that he hopes to find solutions to should he be elected the next president of Nigeria. But first and foremost, how significant do you think this appearance and this attendance is for the Labour Party and the chances of Peter Obi that ticket?
Oh, well, his appearance today at Chattam House is not just an appearance that will further Labour Party or further his candidacy. His appearance has projected Nigeria as a pride of the black race, has projected Nigeria for what it is, the giant of Africa. I am so proud of my principal, who was so stingy that he went to Chattam House and refused to share questions. He was answering the questions, in contradiction to the generous APC candidate who went there and shared all the questions for other people to answer. And that marks the basis of what he is talking about leadership. Was able to pinpoint Nigerian problem to leadership. When he told you that the landmass of Niger State, which is about 76 kilometers square meter, more than the whole land of Netherlands. And Netherlands is making hundreds of billions of dollars in agricultural products only. Yet, Niger State, under the unwatchful eyes of APC, most like 6 local governments are under the management of terrorists, a place that would have been giving us food security.
But the federal government says there's no such thing.
What do you want them to tell you? You want me to tell you about my friend in Kebbi State that couldn't attend his mother's burial, his sister's burial, because they told him not to come because terrorists are in charge of his state? You still want me to repeat about the security situation we are in now, where Reverend Fathers are roasted in the same Niger State that they are claiming such a thing is not happening? You are the one who told me about the Enugu State. People now being roasted. It has now climbed from being a bad government to an evil government to no effective government at all. We don't have effective government in Nigeria as I talk to you today. So my principal went to Chatham House to tell you about a new Nigeria that is about to unfold. You saw him talk about the security and uniting Nigeria. But there's something that is very, very elating when he was talking about security and uniting Nigeria. He said there will be an integration of the activities of the national intelligence and the security agencies. You are here in Nigeria, where after 44 intelligence reports that terrorists are about to attack Kuje prison, nothing was done until they were attacked. 61 terrorists released, and none of them suffered any casualty after killing our officers. Why? There is no integration between the national intelligence and the security agencies. My principal has told you that there is going to be an effective legal and institutional reforms that will ensure that such things will be eliminated. He talked about establishing a national command and control center for coordination of the activities of the intelligence and the security agencies that will effectively manage actionable intelligence.
For some of those who listened and were critical about the submission of Mr. Peter Obi in the area of security,
yes,
and I've heard and seen, I read about criticism on what he said and how he hopes that security was going to be handled. Some have criticized and said, look, that's not grounded enough. That is not sophisticated enough. What he has said, according to some of his critics, is that he just regurgitated the system that exists presently in the country, that he has not come up with concrete manner in which the problem will be solved.
Good.
Banditry, how will he solve it? The issue of a porous border, how will he solve it? These are the questions that these guys were asking.
Yes, first of all, those people that were asking those questions, maybe they are living in another planet, certainly not in West Africa, and certainly not in Nigeria, because he's regurgitating. What you have presently is one state police, one national police, no state police. State, I mean, as in Nigeria.
So will Peter be creating
three levels of policing: federal, state, and community. He already used it as Anambra State governor.
Under which law will he be able to achieve that?
No, the law exists. Section 11 of the Constitution too, that gives you the power as a state to use the resources you have to protect your state. Good. But it does not have the power of the police. That is why whatever you're doing, you're still going to do it under the approval, consent of the police. If you arrest, you take to the police. And that is why there is no prosecution of criminals, bandits, and terrorists. How many have been convicted? Under his regime, 3 levels policing is going to restructure, is going to re-equip, is going to retrain. I tell you, our problem in Nigeria is not the scarcity of good governance plans, ideas, and policies. No, we're not bereft of that. You're here and you know about 2020 vision. These are no. What we lack is a combination. What we have is a combination of institutional weaknesses and lack of political will. That is why my principle is offering a new brand of leadership that is transformative, that is responsive, that is responsible, and less transactional. So what we are looking for now is that president who will go in with executive orders. You can achieve the security. What is Amotekun asking for? For powerful weapons to be able to engage the terrorists who have superior weapons over them.